Bonjour. Je t'aime.
There you go.
Brilliant. And welcome to the Plugin Alliance Neold U2A edition of Is It Shit? With me, Dan Peters.
And him, Sean Vincent.
And today, even though I've introduced it into the title because I'm being pressured to be funny by somebody that I've known for years, we're looking at what?
We're looking at the Plugin Alliance Neold U2A.
Very exciting.
I presume it's Neold.
Is it an EQ or compressor?
Have a guess.
I can see it's a compressor.
It's a
compressor. U2A. Come on. Compressor.
It's an LA2A.
LA2A. UA2A.
Yeah, U2A. It's a version of the LA2A. So we all know the LA2A is the world's most famous optical compressor that uses tubes and sounds great on vocals. And this is a modelled version of that, but it's just got a few extra things that make it maybe something that you would look at if you haven't already got one. So what has it got that we don't normally find on LA2A emulations? Well, first of all, it's got this knob or control that says aging on it. And the idea is when it's fully left, this sounds like a brand new LA2A straight out of the factory. When it's fully right, it sounds like an old one.
But Sean, ladies and gentlemen, it may surprise you to know he's very clever. And he has wily ways, don't you, Sean?
Sometimes.
And what have your wily ways found out about this particular control?
Well, I think it's just a tone control.
You don't think it's just a tone control?
Well, we tested it and it basically just winds off the top end. I mean, it might do something else as well, but
basically it just makes it sound...
It makes it duller. There you go. So that, yeah, you could replace aging with dullness.
High pass, low pass filter.
Sort of a whole, yeah, sort of, yep. Anyway, so there's that. There's a recovery control above that, and that, like you would imagine...
If it all goes horribly wrong, if the mix has gone completely to
you
shit,
end up in recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it just means how quickly the compressor recovers. So it's basically like a release control. It allows, which you don't normally have on an LA2A. So that's an extra function which could be really useful. Other than that, it works very much like an LA2A, which, by the way, they don't work like a lot of people think they do. People look at them and see, oh, gain on the left, peak reduction on the right. I'll drive it into the compressor with the gain and then reduce the peaks with the control on the right. They don't work like that. The peak reduction does what the peak reduction do, and the gain is the output, and that's that. They're not related. So, yeah.
Oh, I'm glad we cleared that one up, Sean.
Well, loads of people do that.
And
it makes no difference.
Forefront of my mind.
There you go. There's also a drive control on the right, which allows you to drive some saturation. And there's a mix control, obviously, allows you to do parallel compression.
And because it's on Plugin Alliance, we get 14 days.
You get a 14-day demo. It's supposed to be $249 at full price. At the moment, it's new. They're doing this thing at the moment where all their plugins are like $29.99, but this isn't in that because it's new, so it's $149. But give it time, it'll come down. One more thing I should mention, there is the little control on the top left, which I can't remember what it's called. R27. It's basically, even on the copy that I've got over there, there's a pre-emphasis control, which is basically like a side chain. It basically allows you to tell the compressor how it reacts to higher frequencies. That's basically what it does. It just gives you a control for that. And obviously it has a limit switch. You can switch it into limiting rather than compression. But there you go. Yeah.
So the Neold U2A, based on the Laser.
The Laser. Yeah.
Is it shit?
It's not shit. I do feel like I've been a bit about this one, but only because it's just another LA2A.
And it's beige.
It is beige. It is beige. I mean, look, everyone needs one. Yeah. I think if you're mixing, you're going to need one of these. Until you've tried one on a vocal, you know, you can't really say...
This is one of those things where people, they ask for top fives.
Yeah.
The top 5 LA2A should be one.
Interesting. Yeah, yeah. Oh, this would be in it.
Would it?
Yeah. It's good. It is good.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Tone Empire one we looked at, the Optomed, was great. Mm-hmm. I know that the Universal Audio one, that's good. There's a few good ones.
So maybe we'll do a top 5.
Yeah, we should do.
Why don't you let us know what your top Laser or LA2A emulation is that you use in the comments.
Yeah, or what do you like to use instead? You know, what is your preferred vocal compressor? Because there's, you know, I personally like to do what loads of engineers like to do, is whack it through an 1176 and then whack it through one of these. The two together do a really interesting thing of vocals. But not everybody agrees.
There you go. Let us know what you think right after you've liked the video.
Yeah, and then subscribe to the channel and maybe consider following us on Instagram, which is Studio Life 101.
And possibly,
yeah, we have a Patreon where you can support the channel.
Yeah.
What else do we have there?
You send us your war knickers.
Don't do that. We've got 100% male audience, Dan.
100% mail order.
Male audience. We
Oh,
do
audience.
not want your old pants. Please don't do that. But yeah, we have a merch store, so you can go and buy this t-shirt and other stuff like it. And generally, get involved, comment, and we'll speak to you next time.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.